don't let it rule you. Everything's gonna be alright. Don't let it rule you.
The BETBOOM tournaments return here this time around without the Christmas show, but we have a Universe Episode 1, and it is gonna be a comic zone. I'm Airy Freak, joining me is Wingblade, and we are gonna be opening this beautiful tournament. So Wingblade, we are back once again here with BETBOOM, and how do you feel? Are you excited?
Feels good to be back. Last tournament was great, and now we have a fresh new team. I'm ready for some fresh new Dota, and maybe a fresh patch in between summer, please, Gaben. But for now, we're just gonna have some nice matches.
Yeah, that is true, you know, but I don't know if there's gonna be a patch before the major. That is something that everyone has been speculating on. No, with that being said, you know, we don't want to focus on those things because they might not come and we'll be disappointed. But we're not gonna be disappointed with the teams that we have in this tournament. So if we could see those, we have 10 beautiful teams that are gonna be fighting in the group stages, and then I don't even want to talk about the 4 directly invited teams to the playoffs. But that's later on in the tournament. So we have Alliance, Rise Esports, Hellraisers, Into the Breach, Monaspa, Namiga Gaming, Darkside, X3, Rido Thunders, and of course Virtus Pro. So some of the names here, Wingblade, are returning to to BETBOOM, and some of them are gonna be the new ones in our tournament. Any favorites for the group stages?
For these teams, ooh. I mean, we have a new Ramses squad. We have Hellraisers, of course. Nemiga have been looking strong. But I'm just very curious about this Alliance lineup. Like, we're gonna see Alliance S4, Harry Freak. How exciting is that?
It is very exciting. We are not gonna be seeing him today though, because today we only have one match. But before we do get into that one match, we could see how the groups are. Or how the teams are actually put into the groups. We have Group A, we have Group B, and there's going to be a lot of fighting in those groups, I have to tell you, because like last time, only 2 teams go through, and we can see that line, that comic line is going to be separating from, for now, that Alliance is the top dog here. Wingblade, though, no games have been played. I guess that's the good thing when your name starts
already leading. Damn, they're so good.
Yeah, that is the case. The Group B, Darkside Virtus Pro. That's Darkside is that Ramses lineup. Have you been following him maybe during the Eastern European DPC?
I mean, I haven't been following him too closely, but I've seen a few matches, and Ramses he is such a threat on the map. I feel like he can run away with games in any lineup. It was such a shame to see him just fall out of relevance, maybe. But every single lineup looks promising, and when they don't implode, they can go far.
Yep, but with that being said, we are going to be focusing on the series we have ahead of us. It's Hellraisers and Rise Esports. And guys, write your favorites in the chat, !H for Hellraisers and !R in the chat for Rise Esports. Overall, Wingblade, Hellraisers, they've looked amazing in the DPC. They've qualified for the major. They've improved immensely ever since our last BETBOOM tournament. Rise Esports, we are yet to see them in the DPC. So any hopes for them in this series in particular?
I mean, it's really hard to say, right? Because we haven't seen much of them. So I would say that Hellraisers are definitely the clear favorites with how strong they've been looking, but Rise Esports are a true wild card because they do have good players. They have Blizzy and Arrow and Black Archangel. These are good, experienced players, so you never know what such a lineup is gonna bring,
Yeah, it is definitely hard to say. Still, Hellraisers, I mean, everyone who has watched the DPC has seen how much they improved. I don't know how many games you have seen, but in the last BETBOOM tournament, they were looking shaky from time to time. Sometimes they wouldn't look so great. They've looked amazing in the DPC so far. Do you think they're gonna be going all out here in the tournament, or is this just a stepping stone, just to get themselves up in the mood, not to drop any balls, so they're prepared for the major as well?
I think there are no breaks on the Hellraisers train, to be honest. I mean, when you look at their players, they have the Hawk, who is probably one of my favorite carries in the world just because of the heroes he plays. And just their all-out aggressive style and just the way they complement each other. It's a joy to watch.
And he did switch, to a little bit more of a conventional carry type, or maybe just the Nature's Prophet and the Nagas have become the more conventional types. Even for our viewers, just a little bit of background on Wingblade. He likes the dirty heroes, the Visages, the Huskars and stuff like that. That's why he likes the Hawk. So, no nice things coming out from that infatuation with the gameplay. He just sees, okay, this is the cheese hero I'm gonna crush my enemies with today. Is that it? Did I hit it bang on?
Pretty much, yeah. But it's also he plays these heroes like Dawnbreaker as well, which are just a bit different than what most people play. So it's kind of refreshing because you have so many carries that play Morphling, and then they get their Manta and their Lincolns and they blow up, and it's okay, I kind of expected this game to go that way. But when someone picks a Dawnbreaker into a Naga carry or whatever, you have no idea what the matchup's gonna be. So you can only be surprised, and it's always so nice to just have that change of pace.
He has always been a meta setter, I guess, and so we are getting info. The draft is going to be starting in around a minute. The players are ready, so we should be hopping in just a couple of seconds, though. The Hawk, let's switch it a little bit away from Rise Esports. I don't really know much about how they're going to be playing. We have some amazing players on their side, but I want to touch upon, one of the teams that did really well in the previous BETBOOM tournament, even beat Hellraisers. I'm gonna say only once, but maybe they did it twice in the tournament as well. And then they kind of dropped the ball in the DPC, and that's Namiga. What do you think is the difference between Hellraisers and Namiga in particular, given that in the previous BETBOOM tournament, Namiga were kind of the top dogs, and Hellraisers were not really struggling, but not the strongest team, and now it's the other way around?
I felt like Namiga were just really consistent, and they've maybe looked a little bit more shaky recently. Maureen has always been like one of the strongest laners, I think. And they just haven't been able to transition that fully into the mid game. I don't know, maybe it's some communication errors, but I always felt like with Namiga, you knew exactly what you were gonna get. It was stable, it was strong, and lately it's just been like,
Here in the past week, we've seen a lot of Rubiks that now is going to be banned out as well. Though there were a lot of Centaurs and Magnuses. Now, those are kind of out of the meta, and we see these Linas. Broodmother is still a hero that we don't see too often for a good reason, but that's the first pick that we see quite a lot, especially in the Eastern European region. But you have let them have a Nature's Prophet, though. Today, we do have LTW playing for Hellraiser, it seems like.
yeah, I'm quite surprised. I didn't even know that LTW plays a lot of Nature's Prophet. This is like a double surprise, but we'll see.
Okay, they go for the Tusk. No surprise there, I guess. We've seen him in every single mid. We haven't seen him in offlane much. Okay, these are some really fast picks coming out, and you get to see your boy, but you're gonna have to wave goodbye to him because the Huskar gets taken down. Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love playing a Huskar into an Ember?
Oh, it's 10 out of 10. Actually, no, it's like 6 out of 10. It's too easy. I like a challenge.
Yeah, okay. And I kind of always thought Huskar players, they like to make other people's lives miserable, but yeah, maybe I was wrong. We have a nice Huskar player here. You are in the colors anyways, though. But Ember DP, any thoughts on that one? Is this gonna be a core DP? Have they already revealed their 3 and 2?
I think it's probably a 3 and 2. Ember is just maybe the strongest mid hero right now. He just feels extremely strong, and with DP it's one of those heroes for pretty much any position that you can pick early in the draft, and she doesn't really care about counter picks. You know, she's a high damage, high ranged hero that has like spammable nuke, so it's like you can place that hero anywhere and she's gonna do fine. So it's probably a 3 and a 2.
One other thing that we have been seeing a lot in Eastern Europe overall, and these are Eastern European teams, we have some Western European teams as well in the group stages, and of course from the 4 invited teams as well. But something that we've seen a lot is Hoodwink, Techies, you know, those bursty type position 4s. Is there room for anything like this here?
Oh, for sure. And I feel like both teams have the players for it as well. So I would love to see a Techies or a Hoodwink. I feel like it fits really well. For Rise, it would be really nice for catching the Nature's Prophet, because they're also mobile and annoying, and they're really great for setting up kills. And for Hellraisers, it's really nice also for setting up kills, because you have a Nature's Prophet that can always join. So I would love it for either team here.
So overall, they ban out the Ursa. We have seen some really strong Ursa performances in the previous BETBOOM tournament in the Eastern European DPC, and it is normal that it does get taken out. Batrider has been a hero that hasn't been doing so well, but there were times when the hero just works out, you know, so from times to times it's good. So from your perspective, you know, who haven't only been following the Eastern European scene, what's the Batrider lacking right now so that he doesn't have high win rate?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he's just really matchup dependent, and also really player dependent, because you say Batrider hasn't been doing too well. Now you watch Stormer and he has like 10k net worth at 17 minutes. So I don't know, I feel like he can definitely work. I'm a bit surprised that Hellraisers banned him out though, because it looks like Rise already has their mid and their offlane.
Okay,
or
so
maybe
it
not.
is a position 5 DP.
Oh,
That's
no.
the that's definitely the case. Why are you so sad?
I just realized that they have Arrow in their team, and Arrow
Okay.
likes playing position 4 Ember, which is like the worst. Please
No,
don't
no.
ever pick it, but they keep trying it, so I hope that this is a mid Ember. Please let this be a mid Ember so we can have an exciting game.
This is a mid-ember. This is a 4 Spirit Break. It has been making a comeback in Eastern Europe overall. Even has been played on 3 a couple of times. So I'm like fairly confident, 99%, that this is a position 4 Spirit Breaker. We are not gonna see a position 4 Ember here, Wingblade. You can stop praying to whatever deity right now you are to, but we can see the Trosh here right next to me, right? Wait, there's my buddy. Yeah, he's a big one. You can pray to him for sure. But I'm pretty sure this is gonna be Arrow on the Spirit Breaker. An interesting one. This reminds me of the old MVP Phoenix lineup.
Yeah, it is definitely very aggressive, and a Morphling pick as well. Now into the Duxio. I've seen this work really well and really poorly.
What changes it into Morphling's favor, let's say? Is it the support? Is Tusk a good enough support if it is going to be a 5?
Yeah, and just the first few waves. If you can be aggressive on a Duxio, you have some nice pulls, you can push out the lane again, then you can do really well in that lane because you just have really high base damage. But if the waves are constantly at your tower and your support can't really zone the enemies, you're just going to be taking a ton of magic damage. And if you get behind against the Duxio, it's a miserable time. So just the first few waves in the equilibrium is really important.
What would you rather see here? Let's say a mid lane Tiny or a mid lane Tusk? Or do you think this is a 4 and 5 and maybe Hellraisers are waiting for something else to pick Kiyotaka?
I would like to see the mid lane Tiny. I think it does well against Ember, and I feel like the Tusk is definitely going to be more useful in lane.
We have seen a mid lane Tusk against the Ember struggle from time to time, so we'll see if Hellraisers maybe decide to play it. Kiyotaka has played it in the past. I don't remember him playing a Tiny though, so, but oh yeah, I do remember. Okay, he has played that one as well. We're seeing some of his big heroes being banned out given the OD that has been his go-to here. So the 5th pick or the last pick is going to be going to Hellraisers. So Rise Esports, how do you round this out? Which is the carry that you want? Is this a Drow game?
I think Drow would be okay-ish. You do have a Tusk, Morphling, Tiny, so there is some jump. But I feel like if the offlane has a good start, they could do well. At the same time, I feel like something like I was gonna say Bloodseeker. Damn it. Bloodseeker would have been nice, but probably not gonna happen. Naga is also banned out. All the good heroes are banned out, so they go for Slug. The last remaining melee carry that is still in the pool.
He seems like a good pick here, but laning against the Nature's Prophet, I don't see it as great, but I like it. I like the Rise Esports lineup. It's aggressive, it has tempo, it has late game, it has strong lanes. I mean, everything is looking nice. So now seeing this Lark, you don't really have a straight up counter to him. Do you focus on him in particular, or you do just try to round up your lineup as best as you can?
I think you just play to win instead of playing not to lose. So you just wanna complement your timings with this final pick. I don't think you care too much about the Slark. They have a Morphling, so they have a decent matchup. They have a good amount of stuns and jump. I feel like it could be okay.
I'm thinking here. They have tower push. They have solid late game with the Morphling. They have some catch with the Tiny and the Tusk. I already see Hellraisers having everything in their lineup. So, strong position 5, maybe, is what they're lacking.
You don't really want
to...
It's so awkward to pick another melee hero, but at the same time you want a strong hero against Duxio. There we go.
Oof. Okay. It's gonna be a 4 Enchantress and a 5 Tusk, it seems like. Do you still send solo to the safe lane, or do you want the Enchantress against the Darkseer here?
I would definitely want the Ench against the Darkseer. I'm a bit confused about why else they would pick it.
Harass the Slark? That
Yeah,
doesn't make much sense, does it?
I guess that could work, but it's a bit weird for sure. We're gonna see if it works out for them, but I would have preferred it on the position 5. Because then you basically guarantee that the Morphling has a good first few waves, and then at some point you can just leave him alone and still go harass the Slark.
Are you leaning anywhere with the draft, or are you staying with Hellraisers, given that they are the favorites going into the match, given that this is a major team now?
Yeah, I feel like the drafts are pretty close, but I'm gonna go with Hellraisers.
I'm loving the Rise Esports draft, though. I don't know. I don't think Hellraisers will lose, but then again, I haven't seen Rise Esports play for quite some time, and as you did mention, they do have some strong names on them. Dino Zavrik as well. You know, this guy qualified to a major, never went because it got cancelled. Though the chat definitely agrees here with us that Hellraisers are undoubtedly the favorites. This is a big advantage.
Do you agree?
I agree, because this is for the entire series. I just, currently in my mind, watching Hellraisers play for the entire Division 1, I don't see them losing against Rise Esports. That's just it. I'm loving the draft from Rise, but these drafts can very easily turn on their head and just be completely useless. You have to be ahead. You have to be snowballing. You have to be running into the enemy. If that doesn't happen, then you're gone. So I'm staying with Hellraisers as well.
Right. I feel like Darkseer is such a feast or famine hero as well. Like, if you have a really coordinated team that's really good at, like, in-fight coordination.
Бесит. Я раздражительный, мне все бесит.
30 seconds to battle.
Stunning, isn't it?
Odds now. If you like them, you can definitely click on the banner below. Get the $15 free bet if you are new to the website. But with that being said, here we're getting a little bit of tension here around the ruins.
The battle begins.
Not much. Do you think LTW coming in as the stand-in weakens Hellraisers significantly? And no bias answers, considering that you are the Hawk fan.
Yeah, I mean, ILTW is a really good player, but I think his playstyle is a bit different than the Hawk, so it's gonna be... it may be difficult for Hellraisers to adjust, but once again, they are a major qualifying team, so... they should be fine, right? Nothing could possibly go wrong.
They are starting on the bottom lane, it seems like, with 3 heroes. So they want to make sure that Blizzy doesn't have that good start that you talked about. Though the lane is pushing in already, you have to kill him now with the tag team. Yeah, that's going to be an easy kill. The creeps are not going to die fast enough. Even if they did, Arrow was taking some experience there, and it is going to be a kill. Solo TPs to the top lane. So it is going to be an Enchantress on the bottom lane, and the first blood goes to Hellraisers. It's a good start.
Yeah, I really like this. Just starting as 3 people, getting that extra gold on your Morphling to make sure that he can stand his ground against the Darkseer. I feel like more teams should just start with 3 people in a lane, because people just don't really expect it anymore. And it's really good as well when you have a Nature's Prophet, because he can definitely stand his ground with his army of Treants.
Level 1 Slark and Death Prophet, not really a duo that is known for killing early on. Death Prophet can be annoying, stuff like that. She definitely wants a lot of levels at the start, but with a level 1 Spirit Siphon, you're not going to be zoning out on Nature's Prophet. Took some damage, but in the end was fine. Overall, you know, laning stage wise, we're looking at this bottom lane. Is that start going to help ILTW a lot, or is it going to be okay for Blizzy? Because for now, we're seeing that he is getting some CS.
I mean, ooh.
That's a kill.
This top lane is struggling for Rise Esports, but yeah, it's definitely gonna help Morphling a lot, because he's gonna get a free ring of health, so he can just CS on the tower now. His early game is secured.
Is he bringing a ring of health? Yeah, he is. Yeah, we can see it there on the right side. I always forget just how good this production is, so we can see every single component on the career there, so it is going to be bringing in that one. So does that mean he skips the Morbid Mask, considering that he's going for the ring?
I think so, yeah. He's gonna be absolutely fine in terms of regen, at least for like the first 10 minutes or so. And of course, Lincoln Sphere against Spirit Breaker is an absolute must-buy every single game as a Morphling.
Do you get
That's
it
like
early?
the only way he dies.
Do you get it early, or do you just wait a little bit, maybe get a Manta first? And with that being said, though, Miero will be going down. He has been doing great in terms of CS and shutting down the Slark, but killing him, this definitely changes things.
Yeah, that's a big kill on the top lane.
Looking at the
To come
map,
back to
looking
your
at the
question?
CS. Yeah. Which one? About the Lincolns?
Yeah, I would be very tempted to just buy it first item, like get it 12 or 13 minutes, because then, well, Manta gives you a decent amount of farming speed. Just the amount of safety that you have with the Lincoln Sphere means that you can farm way more aggressively, which in turn boosts your farming speed as well.
Oh,
So I would definitely buy it first.
So, overall, what I saw there was very weird from the Morphling, but I think he was queuing up a hood in his quick buy. So, you know, your Lincoln Sphere, it's not really gonna be there, but we are gonna be here. Like, we are more interesting for sure. Wrong page for sure. So we're gonna be getting into the right one, and the action is immediately there. Miero taking some damage, a couple of more hits, not gonna be enough. Miero barely survives, and he is gonna be going back to the base. This is a Nature's Prophet, so he does have a double TP in the kit there. Can come back into the lane whenever he wants.
Yeah, I'm surprised that this Slark plus DP is doing so well against Prophet. Slark has now overtaken him in CS, and they're just putting on so much pressure, and I feel like that shouldn't really be possible.
I don't know, with the Death Prophet everything is possible. This hero is just stupid sometimes, so I'm not sure. You just run in, you create space. I also feel like if the Slark is ignored, that he just does way too much in lane. After 5 hits with the Essence Shift, suddenly he becomes a beast.
Yeah, that is very true. Now, with 2 points in the tag team, he still doesn't want to trade with Solo.
Yeah, that is... Tusk is a bit of a stronger brawler. Slark is, you know, agile, dodging. No matter how agile he is, jumping around. The creeps and the players, he's not going to be able to survive that one. The first rotation coming out from the Enchantress will be successful. And that charge into the mid lane arrow, I'm not sure you want to be there with the Avalanche and another hoof stomp. He should be going down. That's going to be another kill. Okay, arrow, he thought he had Kiyotaka, and he was so wrong. So it's going to be 2 heroes dead here, Hellraisers. They play around their mid player, and this guy has been impressive. So I wouldn't be happy giving kills to him.
Yeah, really nice rotation by Antares. I don't think most mid players these days expect a Centaur to show up in their lane.
Yeah, especially when there's no Centaur in the game, you know. It is a very well known, used to be known, the Dandy treatment. When the days of old Na'Vi, Papi would always send the creep to the mid lane, but of course the Tornado one. At that point, it was the big Wildwood Ripper that used it. So now, let's not talk about the past and reminisce about it. Nostalgia is gonna get me into tears, but we are gonna be seeing some action around the map. No kills though.
He still has the hood queued up. Is he really gonna do this?
Do you not like it?
I mean, there is mostly magic damage on Rise, but I would say just like get a Lincoln's and then a BKB or something at some point. But he's like, nah, BKB's for losers.
Oh, seems to be the case. I've seen a lot of players just try to skip the BKB in a lot of games. Now, here comes the creep with the Siege Shot. They're going to be trying to do some damage to Dodrin. Again, going for him, doing a lot of hits. He does have a Remnant back, and with the charge, have you dove too far? Kitaka is very tanky, and the damage from Rise Esports, their supports don't really kill, but Blizzy does. That's why he's coming over. He's coming over to help. Kiyotaka, where are you going to go? There's a wall that way. No problem. I'm going to kill you all, stun you all, stand my ground and fight, even through the wall. He's going to stay there, and in the end will be taken down. But now even Miero comes into the fight. Dodgen is taking a lot of damage, gets a triple kill, and he's gonna be fine. Miero now has to run through the wall, and where are you gonna go? You have no more TPs, you have no more mobility, your life will be taken. He eats the tree, Blizzy, he cuts the tree, but he cannot go through. It seems like he has gotten festively plugged here, and he just can't get out. Miero, though, he has been charged, he's very low, and they're chasing for him. That is a very fast level 5 Slark. Get out of the lane, come and fight on the other side of the map. You and me are counterparts, my friend, and we will fight till the death, even on another part of the map. That's a very interesting rotation from the Slark. Now he's gonna have to pay with his life for it, but at least he got the kill.
I mean, you weren't lying when you said this reminded you of like old MVP Phoenix drafts.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be this similar, right? I just said it's a similar draft, but I didn't really think they were gonna play the same way. But they're playing exactly the same way. Going into solo, he does have a snowball to save himself. No, the Emperor gets taken down. He just got a triple kill and is gonna be giving the gold back to Solo. Solo doesn't take any more damage after the Emperor is dead. There is none to give from these supports, and Black Archangel has to run away. But Kiyotaka, he wants it. You guys wanted to fight. You wanted this. You didn't want to farm, and now you go back. You fly into your own death. There is going to be a tag team surrounded by so many heroes, and of course the Wild Wing Ripper to tank the tower. It's going to be an easy graph for Hellraisers. 11-6. Okay, this game is definitely delivering, and who is also delivering is BETBOOM. So guys, Lena is telling us to click on the banner below, and you get your free bet of $15 if you are new, of course. That is some amazing gameplay and really fun gameplay, really, Wingblade.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the level 5 Stark to rotate to the Radiant tier 2 bottom to kill the level 4 Nature's Prophet who was running away there.
Off-lane Nature's Prophet. It's not a Woods Nature's Prophet, you know. Maybe it would make sense that he was on that part of the map. He was jungling, though. Of course, jungling is dead to Dota. Maybe you were summoning the patch, and we get our answer. It is a Hood Morphling. I have to say, I've played Dota competitively. I have casted Dota. I've never seen this. I've never seen this, or maybe I don't remember. But I don't know if it is something. You were a carry player. You played Morphling. Did you ever buy a Hood?
I don't think I did. I bought it on Heroes like PL, right? But never more.
That was weird. Solo left all alone, as his name says, and he will be taken down. Though Antares, he offers himself as well. He's a fast piggy, but will be pulled back and then burned to a crisp. In the end, it's gonna be Black Archangel that gets the kill. Rise Esports, they're bringing in the numbers, and they are getting the kill so far.
Yeah, it's not going too bad for them. Both the Ember and the Stark are doing pretty well. Dino is one of the Echo Saber boys. The opinions on the Stark item builds definitely differ between players.
Do you think it's only player preference? I've seen different players go for different builds, actually.
I think it's a combination of a game by game and a player preference thing.
With that being said, this game in particular, we're going to be seeing a lot of fighting. That's a stolen vacuum. LTW really wants to fight. That's a fast wave. You're not getting out of that one, but actually, you might just deal with it head on. He's going to be using the waveform to get himself out. He still had that one. And has an Iron Shell on him. Dino, or actually Dodren, even with the DD, he doesn't want to go forward.
LTW low on mana and HP, so he's going to have to back off. And with the Darkseer pressure, they should be able to deal a good amount of damage to this tier 2 bottom.
I mean, they have an exorcism, so it should be taken down, but also a bigger prize has been taken. That's the mid lane tower. Kiyotaka opening up the map just before he buys a blink. It is being delivered on the couriers, so this is going to be some dangerous territory actually for both teams. Dodren smacked a little bit. Solo doesn't like the heat for sure. And now he's going to be going into the snowball. LTW comes to save him. Going to be unsuccessful at doing that. Antares comes over. Dodren is still standing his ground and fighting. They have been charged, but the charge is going to be stopped as Kiyotaka is coming over with a solo smoke. Like, I'm going to do this all by myself, and he might catch 2 heroes with it. No, he's going to be stopped. Beautifully done. We're going to be looking at the other side of the map for some reason, but no, the Slark is only farming now. Let's see Black Archangel. Yeah, the Tiny was stopped for a second, but Kiyotaka still gets the kill.
Nice Arcane Rune for Dodren.
Dire's top tower is
It's
under
like already has an SNY. That's fast. Look at him.
Oh, you mean on the back? Yeah, that's just a cosmetic. That's a fake one.
top tower is under attack.
Fake news. Here's the Skadi cosmetic as well, with the golden one.
Imagine if he had those items at this point in the game. Anyways, though, poor Miero. He's not gonna be getting out of this one alive because the rest of his team, they're on the other side of the map. Given that no one responded, there is a very small chance that this Darkseer is gonna be caught.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling this offlane profit yet. It's last in terms of net worth compared to the other cores.
Okay, so I was wrong. Blizzy does get caught. And Hellraisers, are you too deep? Actually, with the tower dropping down, you might not be. Dino comes over into the fight, and Kiyotaka, he is tanky. He's not tanky enough to survive through all of that. Hellraisers, they need to pull out LTW. He is the one taking the hits. Okay, nicely done. He actually dodges the charge there with the stolen slide, and he continues to go forward. I am not just guarding this area for my teammates. I am killing you all, turning into an ember, completely turning around that fight. Hellraisers, they get a tower, 3 kills. They only lose Kiyotaka. It's a great trade yet again.
Those were some sick plays from ILTW. He was easily the strongest Ember in that fight.
Oh, turn the replay page, please. Look at this. That's just beautiful, really. He didn't even... I think he knew that arrow was coming from the mid lane, but he didn't have any vision, so he had to wait and see when the Spirit Breaker does show. It's easy to dodge with the side of fist, but only if you know when he's coming. If you use it earlier, it can kind of turn on your head. Either way, 15 to 11, 3,000 gold lead. Hellraisers continue to dominate. You haven't felt the Nature's Prophet. Imagine what would be the case if you did.
Yeah. And Miero going for an Aghanim Scepter as well. I've seen this build a few times now. It just basically gives you a global overgrowth, which is quite an interesting tool to have in your arsenal as a team.
Yeah, global
Darkseer
overgrowth.
running away. Root him.
Oh. Can they find him? Ember? Dodrin, he's gonna be fine. Lizzie comes over as well. There's gonna be a nice vacuum wall. The Kiyotaka is gonna be getting himself out. He is being chased by Arrow. And the snowball there. Okay, they're gonna have to be content with Solo. If they even kill him, here comes the ulti. The Nature's Wrath is gonna be doing some damage. And Kiyotaka turns around. The damage is gonna be insane. Solo is fine. Rise Esports, they're just lacking in the damage department. And they just can't live long enough to finish off these heroes. Solo is running away. So many illusions are chasing on him. But now he can use the smoke and hide himself in the shadows from these illusions as they get taken down by Miero and Kiyotaka. And Kiyotaka is smoked up as well, so he can continue fighting if he wants.
He's running in. He doesn't care.
Okay, that is a dead Dodrin. I really thought he was gonna live through that one.
Yeah, it's all falling apart now for Rise. They looked so good, but for the past few minutes, it's been all Hellraisers all the way.
It looked like they were lacking in experience. In gold it was okay, but probably the experience was a problem, and now they found another one. No amount of spirit siphons are gonna help you when your own gets ripped out by Kiyotaka. He's on a dominating spree currently, 6-2-9, continuing to go forward. And I'm looking at Rise Esports heroes. This Tiny kills all of them.
Yeah, and we haven't seen Slug do anything. Ember has been dying, and this is where you're really sad to have a Darkseer, because Darkseer isn't the hero that can just run somewhere in a smoke and make something happen.
That is the case. He only has a mech as well, so he doesn't have all of those items to keep his teammates alive. Let's see now. Kiyotaka might actually go down. Okay, gets put into the snowball, gives him a half a second of life a bit there. Solo does stun all of them, and there is gonna be a ulti from the Nature's Prophet with an Agonist right now. They're coming over. The Morphling is here. LTW again. He is a water on fire. Imagine how dangerous that is. With a Sleight of Fist, he's gonna get the kill there onto Arrow, and he wants to continue fighting. LTW though, getting low in mana. He still has that hood though, so the magic damage might not be hurting him all that much, but in the end he will fall to the Sleight of Fist. And now you're all alone in this world. You were saying Rise Esports, they strike back and they win a fight. They win it very convincingly, only losing the 2 supports.
Okay, there you go. Hellraisers couldn't quite find the kills early enough, and just in these prolonged fights, a Darkseer plus Death Prophet are definitely very strong.
without the Tiny, I think Hellraisers just aren't that powerful, really. Rise Esports are always trying to bring him down, use all of your resources, and he even doesn't die and kills you all. Now Kiyotaka dies, and we're seeing a completely different fight.
I really want to see how much damage Darkseer did in that fight, because he had like 3 iron shells going.
Yeah, that is it. Like, don't try to kill Kiyotaka all the time. And now, man, the Wrath of Nature is always gonna be available. 60-second cooldown is way too low. And with the Tiny and that one, any one of your heroes dies. Now they went 3 heroes onto the Tiny and they just lost one. They took away like a quarter of his HP. This is a bit demoralizing. But at least we've seen if Kiyotaka dies, it's a different story.
Cooldowns are gonna be down for Rise Esports now. So I think they just need to chill for a bit, get more farm on their Ember, get closer to that BKB, and then see what they can do once EXO is back up.
Morph looks like he's going for an Axe, and also, you know, given that that's the case, we can see why the odds are like this. So guys, if you like them, click on the banner below, get the $15 free bet if you are new. But you might already have been a part of the previous BETBOOM tournament. We'll see though. Kiyotaka is being charged up. Ooh, is coming through. I don't know if you want to do it, Arrow. But Dodron is going to be there. They're doing some damage. Not really a lot. With the wall, they should have enough for Kiyotaka not to move. But now look at the damage. Avatar's combo onto 5. Where did you go? Onto this Tiny. They do get a lot of damage dealt into them. But in the end, it is only going to be the Spirit Breaker going down. And they bring down the Tiny. Rise Esports happy. Oh, once again.
Yeah, Tiny is very tanky, but not quite tanky to survive that much punishment.
5 heroes is too much, I think. Morphling has an Axe as well. Are we gonna see a Slark Lincolns now? That is something that you need.
I don't think he can afford to buy a Lincoln's anytime soon.
He has an Axe. I don't know if he disassembled the Echo Saber, but probably did. He can probably get that one again. Is Lincoln's the good next item, or do you think something else is more important?
It's so awkward to build Stark, because you kind of want to have a Skadi, but I guess you just build a Skadi, right?
I don't know, 70 of your attack speed being taken away plus 20% of your agility. I'd rather have a Lincoln's.
It's poor Slug. I wouldn't want to be in this position.
This is big. This is big. Roche is low, but he's not low enough for the Ember to finish him off. Let's see now. Dino going forward. Beautiful charge for Solo, saving himself. He's gonna have a snowball as well. They turn around onto Black Archangel, trying to finish him off. They will be able to do it. The supports of Rise Esports have died, but Solo is dead as well. The buybacks are coming through. Aegis picked up by Dodron, so he can continue fighting if he wants to. Actually, LTW, he turned into a Slark. The Slark, he just doesn't have the attack speed now. Dodron gonna be dodging that one, but in the end, he does lose his life, and now he's gonna be having to deal with the Slark bounces. Beautiful charge from Arrow. He did buy back into this fight, but let's see. Can you get out? If you are December Spirit Dodron, he has no remnants, he has no life. Actually, he's still alive in 10 seconds. Gonna have that one LTW though. Way too much movement, and in the end, he will be finishing him off. Nice attempt there at the dodge, but even if he dodged that one, it still would have been the same. His death would have come, and the bonus for LTW as well, as Arrow offers himself after a buyback. That's gonna be a big fight for Hellraisers despite losing the Roche.
Yeah, this Morphling Aghanims is so insane now. Because he can just morph into the Slug every single fight, and he's gonna get 1 waveform and 2 pounces, plus constant Dark Pacts. He is practically unkillable and has infinite mobility. Infinite, that's a lot.
You know, it is quite a lot as well. It is very hard to deal with for sure with this Morphling. And the Slark, I don't know what the Slark does. He has a shard. Okay, he can survive for a long time. He can hide his teammates, but once he gets ultied by the Morphling, he stops doing the damage. So I'm not really sure what kind of a fight Rise Esports needs. Do they have the burst damage to kill the Morph maybe? Okay, or Slark. He's okay. Oh, is he okay?
Nice
He's
avalanche.
playing with his life. You shouldn't be doing that. Just get yourself away from them. No, actually, he's baiting them in. He's standing his ground. Inside of the death shot, that's going to be a beautiful vacuum as well. Kiyotaka cannot move in LTW. He might be alone here without his tiny. Actually, he has so many teammates to help him. Niero and Antares, they're just plucking them from behind, and they will clean down the illusions. But in the end, the fight will favor Rise.
Yeah, and Slark has a ton of acid chip now. Nice free kill for ILTW.
Oh man, his spell usage has really been on point in this game. You can see that he's an Ember player just from the way that he's using him in this game.
ILTW Morphling is definitely insane.
Probably his scariest hero overall, the one that he's most known for in pubs, in competitive gameplay. In his time in different teams, he has always been good on the Morphling, and it has been on the ban whenever he's playing. But I guess now he hasn't played competitively for some time, and people have forgotten just how dangerous he can be.
Really surprised that Dino lived for so long here. I was sure he was dead when he got Avalanche tossed, but he was completely fine. And then you can see two really big heroes for Rise Esports were so low. Hellraisers just didn't quite have enough to finish them off.
Only 63% win probability, so Rise Esports, they still have a shot. And do you agree with this? I think it's kind of accurate. Playing a late game into a Darkseer with the Morphling, you know, he could have two of your illusions that really pack a punch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's accurate. It just needs to go wrong for Hellraisers, like 1 or 2 fights. And suddenly your Morphling can't man-fight the Slark anymore, and as you said, there is a really strong Darkseer.
It's looking like we have a game on our hands. For a second there, it looked like Hellraisers were gonna overtake it, but the Darkseer after minute 20 has definitely been a hard hero to deal with. The wall, all of the illusions, not something that Hellraisers eat through so quickly. The Tiny is going for an Aghanims though. Does this change things?
Once he gets it, he's definitely gonna get a lot stronger. I feel like it's one of the best Aghanims in the game.
And now he has it. The charge is not going to go through, but that's going to be a nice vacuum wall. They might have to run away from this one, but it's not easy. Running through a wall, you need to break it down first. But you're going to be hurt before that does happen. Morphling, though, he has turned into a Slark. He's going to jump onto Dodger, trying to kill him. Going to be dodging that charge. Actually, he doesn't dodge it. Arrow just goes through all of it. They're trying to kill the Morphling. They're not going to be able to do it immediately. Okay, he tosses the Morphling away. The Force Staff is going to be there. Miero is going to be taking the hate for now, and in the end, will be taken down. No way that he's going to survive up there all on his own. Antares might be next without the Force Staff. How do you stop Arrow and his charge? He's gonna stop it himself. They don't want to be going on to the high ground. Understand how strong this Tiny can be, but another fight successful for Rise Esports.
Yeah, it feels like Hellraisers is just lacking a little bit of damage here and there.
So what changes that? Which item do you need? Daedalus on the Tiny? Daedalus on the Morphling?
I was gonna suggest exactly Daedalus on the Tiny. I feel like that's the item with which you can suddenly start threatening core heroes again.
They are going for a core hero. They just skipped Arrow. He's coming in with a charge, but he's not going to be saving his buddy, who does have a buyback if he wants to rejoin the fight. But in the end, Arrow will die as well. He's not the one with the buyback. Slark jumps in. There's always going to be that Force Staff from Antares to save his buddy, to save his captain. And it is going to be 2 heroes dead for Rise Esports. Hellraisers, they're the ones that strike this time.
And we have to remember that in the late game, this Antares Ench is absolutely lethal as well.
Is under attack.
We've seen games where he's like 4th in net worth with like a Moonshot and MKB.
Are fortified.
Oh,
Gonna have
definitely.
to keep an eye on him.
Definitely is the case, and he's looking pretty strong in terms of net worth as well. I mean, he is catching up to the Darkseer, and Darkseer isn't your classic hero that cannot farm. You know, he does farm quite a lot. We're already seeing some big items now come out as well. The biggest one, Hex on the Nature's Prophet. This is very dangerous for Rise Esports.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is such a unique style of playing Prophet. I mean, he doesn't have the same carry potential or damage. He does have a lot of map pressure.
Dodrin goes in, goes out, and now he's a piggy, but with a Glimmer Cape, he'll be safe. Solo might be the only one dying. Actually, with a Snowball, he'll be fine. Man, that ulti from the Nature's Prophet just keeps them all in place. Arrow, though, finally he'll get a charge. They're still fighting inside of the wall, and they're winning because there's so many trees flying in. And Kiyotaka is going to be finishing off the Spirit Breaker there on the side. Rise Esports, they've lost 3 players. Dinosauric, he has gotten a lot of hits into the Morphling, but it doesn't matter. He just doesn't have the damage to finish him off. And the chase is on. Hellraisers, they've lost 2 of their heroes, but they can still go forward. Slide of this chains onto the Ember, a taste of your own medicine, and in the end, the tree volley will be the thing that finishes him off. And this tower in the mid lane, it stands no chance against the Morphling and the Tiny.
Has fallen.
Yeah, it feels like this LTW Morphling is doing so much more than it should. Like, he has a slug hitting him for like 10 seconds. And he's not taking any damage, he's not losing any stats.
Under attack.
It feels wrong, but he's just playing it so well.
It's just too... Okay, so Enchantress does have a Hyperstone, and it is gonna be a Moonshard. So you're right, Antares will be a problem. And he has been mostly ignored in these fights.
Yeah, and for good reason. It's so annoying to take down an Ench. Because she has the healing, she has Untouchable, she has a Pike. You can definitely kill her, but it's gonna take like 8 seconds. And you just don't have that kind of time.
You need a lot of time really to kill her, and if you're killing her, then the Morphling and Tiny are killing you.
Exactly. Ooh, nice
So
de-warding strategy.
What's the play for Rise? Are they in a really bad position in this game, or is it still, you know, them having like 20-30% chances of taking it their way?
I think like 20 or 30 is accurate. They just need a single good fight and then to take Roche or some objectives. Because right now their map is really small. They have a Slug in their team, but no map control, and that's a bad sign.
Slark got an Orchid. Oh, trees are flying in. Usually we see Death Prophet be a tanky hero. But what happened there?
Looks like Tiny Aghanims in action. No Daedalus needed even.
And he's gonna go for a BKB. You like it more than the list. They did show in the previous fight that they do have the damage, it seems like.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of nice. Because it also means that Slug doesn't get like 60 agility of him in a few seconds. Because in the past few fights he's kind of been a sponge. And if you can just run away with BKB, that is very nice. And of course Ench is gonna provide the damage that he's missing.
So we see that Antares loves winning, and considering the state of the game, he is probably going to be loving this game as well, because it is going well for them. 11,000 gold lead, 37-24. Hellraisers, they've got it under control. You know, Zavrik, he wants a Bloodthorn. That's some nice damage from Rise, and the illusions are going to hurt even more because of it.
I don't really like it though. Like the biggest threat, Morphling, he has a Manta, so he doesn't care at all. Tiny's gonna have a BKB. It's like one of the most expensive items in the game. And against the 2 biggest threats on the enemy team, it doesn't do anything.
Slark's smoke got broken, so they're on the cliff. Now they know there is a ward and someone was waiting. Hellraisers pulling themselves out, and Black Archangel, he's leading the charge. He definitely has the headphones that are showing that he is the alpha male of this team, so he is gonna be the one leading it, and they overtake they do overtake the outpost, but nothing more than that.
The second Roche is up. I don't think Rise wants to give this away for free. They're hoping that the Ember can take it once again.
If you guys were hoping for a gift from us here, well, you're gonna have it if you click on the banner below. You get $15 free for your first bet if you are new, registering on the BETBOOM website. And all of this was happening from Rise Esports. They were taking back their big jungle. Hellraisers were in a smoke of their own, and with the next Roche, that is a big area of the map for Rise to control. Solo? Okay, is he just going into the arms of the opponents? Is there gonna be any help for him? Does have the force that forces himself up in there? There's gonna be a lot of trees flying in, but Rise are okay. Kiyotaka has to pop the BKB. Look at the damage, Black Archangel. He doesn't want to see the end of the rainbow for sure. And now there's gonna be a bash on Kiyotaka. He's not running away from this one. The wall will keep in place. Rise, they lose Arrow, but that is a small price to pay. And now LTW comes over. He's gonna be silenced up immediately. Pops the BKB. Doesn't have the Manta. Now turns around, wants to fight. Let's see, who is he gonna go for? He can't turn into the Slark. Will have 2 bounce charges, but he has used both of them without much success. So in the end, it is gonna be a 2 for 2. But again, slightly favoring Rise Esports.
Yeah, that was a curious position to be in by Solo. Just runs in with the gem and he's like, I'm probably gonna be fine. Spoiler, he wasn't.
For those people that weren't watching there, but everyone was watching there, so no, not the okay, he really wants to go there to the ward, and for Antares it's so easy, and this guy is so dangerous. It's insane how much damage he can dish out with the Moon Shard.
Yeah, and he has the Grove Bow as well, which is the ideal item to have.
But he might be caught off guard. They do have the Bloodthorn, a couple of hits, and he's dead. You know, you cannot be all that strong in terms of damage if you're done for. And they didn't take 8 seconds. They took a half a second to bring him down. And they want to go for the Nature's Prophet. That's a 9-second BKB that he's going to have to use. And the Avalanche with a lot of trees. Dino, he gets low. He doesn't have his ulti. And he is going to be able to jump to the side, protected by Dodge. And those creeps need to die so he can start healing back up. See, is there gonna be a chase? Niero, he didn't TP aggressively enough in the LTW. He's trying to get on top of them. He did turn into the Ember Spirit, not the Slark, but it seems like the Roche will be the objective he's gunning for.
Well, even when the fight started in a really bad way for Hellraisers, they still make it a 2 for 2, just losing the supports. I feel like Rise should be very happy with the way that they're starting these fights.
For sure. They did lose a 9-second BKB though on the Prophet. So Hellraisers, they're slowly losing ground. Rise Esports though, we all know usually when they start losing heroes, the chase down by Hellraisers is insane. So will they be able to get that fight still? Rise Esports, they have better vision here. And Merc comes back to the pit. There was a remnant that left earlier. Dino, he doesn't get to the low ground, immediately pops the ulti when he saw what he was up against though. Black Archangel, he doesn't have that luxury. He does have a Ghost Scepter at least though to keep himself alive. Here come the trees. They want Blizzy dead. They might be able to get him, and that is gonna be the case. That's the big hero, the big team fight from Rise Esports taken down. And this now should be an easy Roche for LTW.
Yep. It's crazy that he gets the Slark Shard as well when he morphed into him. He just gets 2 pounces, constant dispels, and a save for his teammate. It's ridiculous.
He has a shard. It's not that he gets it just from the Aghanims. He has to have it himself. So, you know, that's... at least he had to pay 1,400 gold for it. Now, it's going to be the second Roche. If I saw correctly, he gave the shard to the Nature's Prophet. So it's going to be a Curse of the Old Growth, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
These towers are just gonna melt.
Tiny morphing.
LTW even has permanent agility.
It's insane how fast they take them down. There is going to be another glyph, the last refresh for Rise Esports. They're not going to be getting any more of those. You're going to need to fight once your Darkseer is back. But once your Darkseer is back, you are not going to be having this. Actually, they want to start to fight just before that one. The melee racks have been taken down. They stopped the charge. Dino, though, taking some damage. There's going to be a big vacuum wall onto multiple heroes. The snowball saves. They want to get out of that wall. And Miero, he gets to the side. Black Archangel, though, he's still alive. They've lost the Slark. How do you fight without your carry? LTW jumps to the side. He still has the Aegis, even if you kill him once. What's gonna happen the second time when he comes in? That's why we just keep him away, keep the Spirit Breaker on him while we kill the other ones. But here comes Antares with all of these arrows, and look at the rainbows are crushing Rise Esports. Black Archangel, he is running away. The beauty of the Enchantress, it is infatuating, but if you stay too much, it's too close, she will destroy you. Antares, he doesn't have the mana any longer for those impetuses, so that's gonna be solid for them. At least they took down the Aegis, but that's about it. Hellraisers, they can continue pushing, and Rise Esports now Wingblade. I don't see them having a response.
Yeah, I think this is mega creep. It doesn't have a buyback. Ember can do his best, but against this Morphling, against this Prophet, I don't think it's gonna be enough.
It's definitely not. The pushing power of Hellraisers is just stupid. And Tiny can't come close, he is low. The rest of them can. The silence of the Death Prophet misses their LTW, dodges that one, gets close, does have the Glow Scepter and the Glimmer Cape. Black Archangel keeping himself alive, but who's keeping the base alive? You need to protect the hoe. It's gonna be taken down. Nice charge coming out from Arrow, but look at Antares in the backlines. He has gotten some of his mana back, and the damage is still gonna be insane. LTW turns into the Emperor. He's doing so well with this, with the steals on the Morphin, both the Slark on the Ember in particular. And Antares gets a double. They get out. Didn't get megas, so Rise Esports, they're still in it for now.
They're gonna be very happy with not losing the game there. Did have to use a lot of buybacks though. Oh.
Do you still agree with Dota Plus?
Yeah, I think so. At this point, 22k lead. Just 2 racks between them and Mega Creeps. It's gonna be very hard for Rise, even if they do win 1 or 2 fights, because look at the map. There are still 2 tier 1 towers up for Hellraisers.
Yeah, you know, we're constantly seeing Rise having chance in these fights, but when it comes down to objectives being taken on the map, you could really see the difference between the two teams in strength, in map control. Hellraisers, even when they were losing fights, they weren't losing any towers, and it just goes to show that they knew where to take them, how to take them, and not give much to Rise Esports. Now the lead, as you mentioned, might be too much. Can the Slark, in the later portions of the game, do enough against Hellraisers?
I don't think so. Slark is, even in the late game, quite a snowbally hero. If you start fight with 0 Essence Shift, it's gonna take a good while before you actually start dealing damage. Well, if you look at the Hellraisers lineup, they have a ton of burst.
Morphling Tiny, you know, only that. If you don't bring in this Enchantress or the Wrath of Nature, that really has been crushing. That Wrath of Nature was so good because Rise Esports want to run in and they just can't do it. Avalanche Toss, Yotaka goes for Black Archangel, who will survive. There is going to be a nice wall onto 3 with the charge. And now going onto Solo in the back lines. He's going to be taking a lot of damage. In the end dies. Kiyotaka is trying to destroy all of the woods here in the base of Rise Esports, but no one dies from that one. Kiyotaka, though, he is going to be the one dropping down. Doesn't have a buyback charge going through all of them. LTW though removes it there with the Dark Pack, but they've lost 3 Hellraisers, and Rise Esports, they're striking back. They're striking back hard. Antares, where are you? Where are you hiding? You will not be able to find that one. Ooh, that was close.
Antares has a Lincoln Sphere now as well on this Eng. He is ridiculously farmed. But yeah, in these fights, if Morphling doesn't get a nice Morphle at the start of the fight, so he has to play his own hero instead of Slark or Ember, he just really struggles with having the same impact. And we could see Slark and Darkseer just doing so much.
Are you saying LTW sucks at the Morphlings?
Just the Morphling, yeah. He needs more.
Okay. So LTW needs a couple of heroes to play to switch between them. There's is it in like Dota Deathmatch or something that whenever you die your hero changes, or is that like a separate mode?
I think it's Deathmatch, yeah, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No one plays that. We apologize to the 0.001% of Dota players who maybe do it from time to time. Anyways, though.
Ooh, Blizzy has a Hex now as well. That could be big. If they can catch this Morphling, that is huge.
Yeah, bursting down from 100 to 0 is something that they haven't been able to do for the entirety of the game, but now they actually have the means to do it. There is always a snowball save, though.
See smoke now from Hellraisers. Roche is not gonna be up anytime soon, so they're just looking for kills here.
Kills, or maybe to end the game if they go towards the top lane. The snowball again, protecting Solo, goes to the side, but he's gonna be hexed up. That's not the one that you want to hex. There's gonna be a big vacuum though, but they killed the Darkseer immediately. The wall is still in a good spot. Kiyotaka is taking a lot of damage, but look at Dinosaur, he's being destroyed by LTW, who has a double damage. Fight me now! Oh man, look at him when he's playing 2 heroes. He's so good, especially when he gets the double damage as well. Man, what was that damage? It's not even fair. Dodra, you're gonna be next. You think you can escape this guy? The crits. Oh, they are insane. LTW, he packs a punch.
My goodness. The difference is immediate. Like, GG cult. LTW gets the Slark morph. GG's cult.
When he turns into the Slark, it's not fair. Just did you see that attack speed? Like he's getting 5 hits per second, and you know one of those is a crit. It's a kill.
Yeah, it felt like he had a moonshot, but he didn't. Of
No,
course, it
he,
didn't really help that they initiated with a Hex on a useless position 5 Tusk as well.
Why did they do that though? Did they think he was alone? Solo was alone a lot in this game though.
Yeah, I think so, because the rest was still smoked behind, if I remember correctly. So they were just like, oh, this is a pick-off, we can come back from this. And then he wasn't alone, and yeah, we saw what happened.
It really was. In the end, that fight, it looked easy for the side of Hellraisers. Did you see how they burst the Slark? Like I think he didn't even get that he was being taken down. But with that being said, you know Hellraisers will get the game. They are still the favorites. Do you think now when you come back to it, did Rise Esports draft have something behind it, or were Hellraisers at every point of the game better and the draft really didn't matter at all?
I think the draft was okay. Like you mentioned, you said you really liked the draft. I feel like it definitely showed up at some moments. Like we saw some really good fights. Slark was getting good amount of permanent agility. We had some nice initiations with the wall into the charge. But ultimately, it just looked like Hellraisers was the better team to me.
That was the case. But with that being said, guys, this is gonna be it for game number 1. We are going to be taking a teeny tiny break, and then we're going to be coming back in a couple of minutes with game number 2 of Hellraisers versus Rise Esports. Welcome back, everyone, to the BETBOOM Universe Episode 1. It's gonna be Comic Zone. I'm Harry Freak, joining me is Wingblade, and we are watching our first series of the tournament, our first series of the day, and with that, the last series of the day, because today we only have D1, and it is Hellraisers versus Rise Esports. For those of you that are just joining us, you can see on your screens that it's currently 1-0 for Hellraisers. But with that being said, Wingblade, though, before we get into the draft, before we get into the game, you know, comics are the theme of our tournament. So are you into comics? Have you ever been into comics? Which ones do you like? And are there any comic heroes that Marvel movies, DC movies that you still like?
I mean, I have a few comics myself. Most of them are in Dutch. I got this hobby from my dad, who has like huge closets filled with comics. So I don't think the names translate that well, but not the traditional Marvel and DC comics. It's more like the hipster stuff, you know.
Okay, but now when you know those stories of players, when my dad saw that I was making money from the video game, he understood this. For you gonna be when my dad saw a comics themed tournament, he understood that Dota was big.
I think my dad already understands, but I'll send him a message just to be sure.
He's not watching?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, anyways, I'm disappointed. Luckily, we have a draft, so that is not going to be disappointing me. My family, everyone has to watch me, at least on their phones. They're not, wherever they are, whenever they are, you have to watch me while I'm casting, even though you have no idea what's going on. We get Alina. Was it a mistake that Rise Esports let it through, or do they know how to deal with it?
It's always a mistake to let Alina through. I don't care what cool counter you think you have. It's a mistake.
You know, in Eastern Europe, it has like barely over 50% win rate.
Okay, maybe it's not a mistake. But I think Hellraisers is gonna win. Calling it now.
Okay, well played, well played. That was a hard and a ballsy call to make. So we all admire your bravery, Wingblade. But yeah, most of the stats though do come. Namiga played it 3 times and lost all the 3 times, given that they were losing quite a lot. So you know, maybe that kind of hinders the stats a little bit. Beastmaster Clock. These to me are good heroes against the Lina. So what do you go for now, Treant?
Treant is a very good option. Looks like the most obvious one. They could go for Tusk as well. Pairs pretty well with the Lina. Tiny
Saves
would
you from
be
the roar.
less good. Maybe Marana. No, it's just a tree.
Yeah.
It's a nice hero. They have to ban the
Just a
Void
tree.
now, though. Because I think Void is one of the best carries, if not the best carry against Lina.
I love to, you know, different people follow different regions, cast different regions. So I like when we mix a little bit, because then a completely different perception. Faces Void, let's say in Eastern Europe, he was banned against Lina a couple of times, but wasn't the most important hero against Alina. Sniper, on the other hand, was, you know, that's the one that came to mind for me. For you, it was Void immediately. So it's kind of interesting, you know, that there are different approaches in different regions. Who thinks what is good against the Alina? But I do agree. I think the Void is most likely going to be taken out either way. Rise Esports, though, what are they afraid of? Are there any heroes that you necessarily don't want to see with the Alina?
Maybe you would want to ban Ember, because Ember already looks quite good here. And I would probably still ban the Tusk. Also, the Prophet ban is kind of weird, right? Because I think Lina is quite good against Prophet.
I've seen it gone either way, I guess. You know, you can still split push with the Prophet. Enchantress gets taken out. Is it gonna be the Void, Hellraisers?
Could be the
Let's see.
Ursa as well.
Yeah, there's an
Both
Ursa.
are
Ursa actually
scary.
looks better. What would you ban? Ursa or Void?
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, probably Ursa, because you already have the Treant, which could be very good against the Void, because you can always put on the armor and you have the overgrowth in the late game. But I would have banned both and not the Prophet.
Okay. Prophet has been, has been really strong in Eastern Europe overall. Against Hellraisers, everyone would ban it first phase. Now when LTW is there, I guess he is not a big Prophet fan, so they don't pick it instantly for himself. But the Hawk has been playing it quite. I mean, has been playing it every single time that he gets a chance for a very long time. So it does make sense. And Hellraisers, they are taking their time. So 100% they're thinking between the Earth and the Void. There isn't anything else, right?
True. And they go for the Ursa. So everything checks out so far, and it's gonna be techies.
Let's go. That's the burst damage that you want against the Lina. Lanes well with the Beastmaster, pairs well with the Clockwork. I like it. Okay, that's not the one that I was thinking of, really. But it is a good combo.
So now we are not gonna see Void, I think, because it's really bad together with Clock. So they would want to have a range carry, another one that works decently well against Lina is Drow.
10 seconds remaining.
It's good against the IO as well with the Shard, but it's very bad against the Treant Protector because of the living armor and the bonus armor that he gives. I always see people go for a Drow in this particular part of the draft against the Treant, and it always doesn't look good. But they're gonna go for DSF. That's the other one that has been looking pretty solid. I think one move in the Eastern European DPC, they're not part of our tournament this time. They have played a lot of SF and with a lot of success. So I like it. I actually think it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I think it's okay. It lanes well. It's a decent matchup against Lina. Yeah, I think it's okay. It could work.
Radiant team ban.
It is high physical and magical damage, I guess. So you can't really itemize super much against it. It's fine. Is there any chances of this being a mid lane SF? That's something we haven't seen for a very long time.
They do have the last pick, so maybe if it's a super good matchup. I've seen it a few times against Ember, but Ember is already banned.
So Io is gonna be laning with someone in the offlane. LC comes to mind as a really good one. Slardar and Night Stalker do look like pretty decent ones as well. Any of those do you like in particular in this game? Is there anything else?
Slardar is really nice because it opens up the Roche really early for Lina. And if you can have an Aegis Lina with BKB at like 15 minutes, it's insane. You can just take all the tier 2s for free.
Oh, okay, so Hellraisers, what did they got rid of the Invoker? There are some setups for the Sunstrike, I guess. Is there anything else that you're afraid of here if you're Hellraisers? You are laning the Lash. Could be a Tusk, right? Still the Tusk is in the pool.
Pongo is a strong hero as well here. Ooh.
I think now you ban a Pango if you're Rise. Could it be a now Pango IO offlane isn't that great, is it? Mars would have been solid. That one I completely forgot about. It would be good against the SF.
So they...
What do we reckon? Slardar? Night Stalker? Anything else?
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, I think those are the options. Maybe like Primal Beast?
Remaining.
But I think Slardar is better.
I wouldn't hate a Primal Beast. Though I haven't really seen IO lane with him, and you know, you need to be able to play that duo well. You make a mistake, you tether a little bit earlier, you don't follow him with the onslaught, and it suddenly turns into a disaster. Plus, you don't benefit much from the attack speed, you benefit only from the magical damage increase. Though it would be good against the SF. I would like that one, and you might need an early BKB hero, but Slardar ticks that box as well as the Night Stalker. Night Stalker it will be. Okay.
I still think it's good. They're gonna be able to put a lot of pressure on this SF. And I feel like
Especially
any one of their cores can actually kill the SF, and that's nice to have too.
10 seconds remaining.
and also one other thing why the Night Stalker is so good is the Beastmaster. Do you even go for the Helm of the Dominator, Helm of the Overlord now?
Probably still yes, because it's just too good. And you're not always gonna run into the Night Stalker, but it does feel really bad.
I have seen the Beastmaster skip it, so I don't know. I feel like it's just free cheese in a fight. If you are running it there, you're always gonna have to use it for split pushing. You're never gonna have the creep in the fight, even if you do have it.
Choose your hero.
Mid SF.
It looks like it. But why do they pick Lifestealer into Lina?
You have a clockwork. I'm grasping at straws here. I really don't like the Lifestealer. There is a reason that this hero hasn't been picked much overall.
Yeah. They do have the clockwork, yeah, and they have the beast, so they have some BKB piercing disables, and if they can get on top of the Lina, could be nice. But at the same time, there is a Treant on the opposing team, and Treant is really good against Lifestealer, and yeah, I don't know. And now they have a core duo as well of SF Lifestealer, which really isn't that great. Doesn't have a lot of control, it's very slow. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I like the previous draft much more from Rise Esports. I feel like it can work. You have some ways of dealing with Lina with the BKB piercing disables, as you mentioned, but SF dies. Where's your damage? You don't have it. Your Beastmaster is not going to be doing damage because he's not going to have a dominated creep, or if he does, he's just going to feed it away to the Night Stalker. I just don't see how they kill people if the SF is dead. Of course, there are plays, infest the SF, give him some HP, stuff like that. But I'm overall not a fan here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is like the plan they had against the Lina, because they were like, oh, we can beat it. We found the counter. It's Lifestealer. Maybe we missed something, and this is like a special unicorn build that no one has ever seen, and it's insane. And he goes like first item a hallway or something. I don't know.
Okay, hear me out. You buy an Aghanim Scepter and the Lifestealer. Once the Lina pops the Satanic, you infest her, and you rip her apart from the inside, and she cannot heal. If all of your teammates have ran away at that point, so yeah. It really won't work that way, but it is what it is, and we are going to be turning the pages here of our comics to get into the game of Rise Esports versus Hellraisers. Hellraisers on the dire side, Rise Esports on the Irradiant side, so the sides have been swapped. Let's see if that was the problem. If you guys want to make this game a little bit more interesting for yourself, you can always click on the banner below the stream. Click on it, and you get a $15 free bet. If you are a new customer, if you already been with us, it does not apply to you, but you can at least have fun there on the BETBOOM website. That being said, though, looking into the game, anything interesting you see, from starting items, Beastmaster without any regen, is that normal?
It's not very normal, no. But I think this is the right build. He has the Basilius and the double Mango. He's just gonna use all of that mana to secure CS instead of trying to run close against the Lina Treant, which is gonna mean that he dies. So I like this build.
Oh, Hellraisers on the dire side this time around. I've had a discussion about the Treant Protector, and the verdict was dire side Treant much better, top tier 2, much easier to defend, top tier 1. Also easier to defend, to hide in the trees. Do you agree? Or do you think it really doesn't matter where you play this hero?
I hadn't really thought about it, but thinking about the tree lines, it is a lot better for Dire. Also, Dodran.
Kiyotaka. Okay, he's gonna get the stun. Dodran! No, you're dead! You do have the Fairy Fire, so maybe that is gonna save him. Is it? Kiyotaka is still level 1. One more hit. Not gonna be doing it. He needed 2 or maybe even 3 more with the tower armor. Dodran really going towards the limits of his heroes there. He did stack up a lot of raises though.
Yeah, he was really close to getting it there, but nice presence of mind by Kiyotaka to actually run closer.
Usually not something that we see too often. The mid laners running into the tower, level 1, but dodging, that's just what he wants to do. He wants to apply pressure. He wants Kiyotaka to crumble, which of course for now didn't happen. Top lane, Arrow and Blizzy versus Solo and LTW. How does this lane go? Is this a good lane for Delina?
I think it is, yeah. There is some potential to die to like some weird techies jump, but you have a really tanky hero in front. Both the Beast and the techies don't have a ton of pressure at this point, so it is pretty much the dream lane for Hellraisers.
Whenever I saw a sniper tree, they would destroy the Beastmaster. For Alina, I'm not so sure, but overall, it's looking for now that it is gonna be a nice time for Delina. Only 3 CS on the Beastmaster. Bottom lane, Black Archangel taking some damage. Night Stalker, is he gonna be pressured by the Lifestealer? Is this last pick of Rise Esports gonna be able to shut down the Night Stalker? For now, the answer seems no, but before we focus on that one, it's the mid lane fight again. And Kiyotaka, you have lost it, or has he? Turns around to dodge the race, doesn't matter, I'll slap you to death, my friend. It is no problem at all, and the aggression of Dodgen finally pays off.
Damn, that was swaggy. Didn't even need the final race. Just goes for the right click.
I mean, it's okay, Kiyotaka, he dodged the race, but in the end, he could have at least pulled out some mana of the SF. Now, you get nothing. That is a big one, actually. Solo kill on the mid lane, we very rarely see that, but then again, we very rarely see an SF in the mid lane, and Delina losing her lane. That is gonna happen right now because she goes down. Solo, he's gonna be next. Okay, this Beastmaster is very good at cutting down trees. He has 2 axes, don't run into him. That's pretty much your natural enemy.
That was not something that was in my playbook. Ooh, and now Kiyotaka, no! Oh, actually, yes!
Yes! Kiyotaka, yes! It is gonna be a kill on Dodgen. Dodgen, he goes a little bit too deep this time around, loses his life. Kiyotaka is gonna be very happy with that one. It would have been a disaster if he died, because he wouldn't have had a TP, but...
Yeah. And no boots as well would have been absolutely game-ruining.
He's a fast hero. He is a fast hero. Oh, Dodgen is not done. Look at him. What the hell is this? He really wants this kill. Oh, what a dodge, Kiyotaka! Oh, if he kills Dodgen now,
no.
it's just... he deserves to kill him with that move.
Oh my goodness, this game.
This is the most fun mid lane I've seen for a very long time, and I've been casting a lot of Dota. I've been watching a lot of Dota. Dodgen, he's glad that Kiyotaka doesn't have any mana. He might die to creeps though.
With 19 HP, almost dying to creeps. This is peak mid lane.
Yeah, there are some heroes dying on some side lanes. No one cares, really. Just give us these two. These two are the guys you want to see. And Black Archangel, your job is to come to the mid lane and give a tango to a hero that might just not use it. He can't even have his last meal in peace there. Kiyotaka wants to take his life away immediately. Not gonna be happening, though Dodgen is alive. Whew.
This is absolute madness. Normally you have both of the mid laners at the top of the CS charts, but not this game. They're just running back and forth, trading right clicks, trading spells, going back to base.
Dino is trading right clicks on the bottom lane, not very successfully though. His phase boots are going to be coming out, making him a lot stronger. This is kind of a timing for a Lifestealer. The problem is there is a much stronger timing on the other side, and it is going to be a Night Stalker that finally stops seeing the sun, and his true strength will be coming out. Blizzy on the top lane though in a lot of trouble, taking some damage. The Techies goes in, says kill me first and then my teammate will die right after it. So in the end he really shouldn't have done that one, but he had good intentions. Dino Zavrik, he just wants to live, he wants to survive. Miero doesn't want to allow, he's gonna be caught in the cogs, making a ton of damage here from the Clockwork, who is not gonna be going down, but very nicely done by Black Archangel. We're seeing that he's very happy. Okay, not for long now, because there's going to be a turn coming in from Miero. That's a lot of damage that's being done, but in the end, another cogs will push him away. Miero, are you diving with this much HP? I don't think so.
This game is just all over the place. First we saw on top lane both the Tree and the Lina die. And then they were like, okay, now we'll switch it. And then Dodren.
Oh, Treant Protector rotation to the mid lane. You don't see that too often, but Solo has done it in the past in the DPC as well. Something you don't expect is definitely going to be catching you off guard, and that's even the Requiem of Soul used and also picked up a lot earlier than you would want to do it as an SF. So this SF that started off with a kill onto the Lash is now struggling.
Also, Solo only Treant is level 5 at 6 minutes.
Yeah, he can. No, Dodgen, don't die again. He's gonna be fine. Now there's gonna be supports of Hellraisers coming over. They understand that this Lash is super strong. Doesn't have the mana though. But Dodgen, HP is much more important than mana. Without mana, you can live. Without HP, you are dead. And he's gonna be releasing the souls yet again. Those are ours. Hellraisers will be taking them back while doing some nice damage to the tower. No mana on the Lash, but he doesn't have Edict anyways. BM pause.
Ooh, and look at the SF net worth. And keep in mind, he started off this game by getting a solo kill.
That is a big hit for sure. But no, we have this pause, so you can take this little time that we have between all of the actions we're seeing to click on the banner below and get your $15 free bet if you are new Hellraisers. They are really looking forward to continuing this game. I'm thinking everyone is having fun right now. At some point, if this continues, Rise Esports are gonna stop having fun. But currently, I think everyone is having a grand time here in the game.
Yeah, for sure. They just need to get their level 6s on Rise, and I feel like it's gonna look a little bit better.
See if that does happen. They are 2k gold behind currently, but their Lifestealer is farming well. He is kind of the only one out of the cores for whom we can say such a thing. For now, Lina, man, she's farmed. She has a Javelin. This Lina packs a punch.
Ooh, arrow.
And so does Solo.
This solo Treant is terrifying.
And I mean, he's almost level 6. And he's not even taking the experience from the Lina. He's just killing people. He has 5 kills and 1 assist. He has
He's
participated in every single
with
one.
shrapnel? I don't care. I'm just gonna punch you. I'm gonna die for it, but it's a very manly move for sure.
Imagine that one.
You had a mega kill streak.
Yep. That was the thing. I think he now wanted to give Dodgen a little bit of gold back so that he doesn't feel bad, so that the game will be somewhat even. So Solo, you know, he is nurturing new talent in the scene as well, because he knows maybe at some point I'm gonna be playing with this guy. I cannot crush his spirit now.
Right, that's what he was thinking.
But the rest of them, they don't care. They're crushing their spirits because they want to be the ones playing with Solo. And yeah, Kiyotaka gets another kill on him. This is a dead tower. Like, however you look at it, Rise Esports are not defending it.
300 HP. They should be able to get this, but they don't. Do they want to commit? Yeah, I was gonna say. You're not backing off from this.
You know, maybe you're thinking if we go a little bit back, maybe Rise Esports bring in more heroes, so we don't only get the tower, but we get the heroes as well. In the end, their greed is not going to be coming out. They do take the tower, and in the end, it is going to be Hellraisers that lose a ward, at least something. You're going to be getting Solo completely out of that jungle of yours.
Now a Maelstrom for ILTW, so he was farming fast, but not quite fast enough.
Lifestealer, he has been silenced. He cannot speak. He cannot use the rage. He cannot live. Hellraisers is beautifully done. He definitely wasn't expecting that one. A 5-second silence isn't something you can get out of so easily. And that is what it is. Crippling fear during the night. Just way too strong of a spell. Well, we're seeing something happen on the top lane. Yeah, this is just now murder all over the place. There's just no other way to put it. This is Hellraisers just showing their dominance. In the previous game, Rise Esports, they looked like they had some chances. In this one, there is a clear difference in class.
I'm still waiting for this Unicorn Lifestealer build to start taking off.
They will kill Solo. Kill the captain. He is gonna break the Requiem there for a second. Is he really alive? He is alive. It wasn't even close, and Black Archangel goes down. Even without the last hit having a proc with the Maelstrom, the damage up with the Vile TW is very, very big. And, you know, remember last game when we saw the Morphling with that much attack speed? Alina has it 10 minutes into the game. Okay, Blizzy, he doesn't even have a roar. His throat is still recovering from the last time he used it, and he will be able to escape there.
With the help of a casual Requiem with like 6 souls.
Yeah, Dodron, could you please get a little bit of souls here? They will go in with the clockwork hook shot, and Kiyotaka, though, he's gonna be quite happy that he's offered so many kills. Like, yes, I did want the bonus kill. In the end, he's gonna be dying to the wild axes, but it's gonna come at a cost here for the side of Rise Esports, who lose Dodron as well as their 2 supports, while they only claim the Lesh. So Hellraisers again are gonna be happy with the trade.
Is under attack.
Ooh, and Mira's going for a Crimson Guide. And I feel like once he has that, no one on his team is gonna take any damage whatsoever.
Yeah, how do-
don't die here. Ooh.
He knows what he's doing. He knows that he's the fastest hero with the best attack speed, and that he's gonna be completely fine. He's not even going for a BKB. He's going for a Dragonlance. Do you like it? Do you think that's the right approach in this game, or are you more of a safe type of guy?
He can do whatever he wants. Like, look at this game. Who's gonna pressure him?
Yeah. You know, enemies, they took BKB piercing disables. Well, haha, I got one on you. I won't be buying a BKB. And that does make sense. But still, against the Requiem of Souls, at some point, I guess you will need it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But I do like the quick Dragonlance and potentially Hurricane Pike as well.
Solo, this time around, there should be enough damage. Where
So
demise, they
tanky.
need to start exploding, and they do finish him off. It's at a cost. Man, you have a techies on your team, and you can't even kill a position 5. This is a problem. Okay, the relocate will end, so maybe Blizzy can go into ILTW. He gets the roar off, but here's Kiyotaka to protect him, or maybe he's just gonna let him be. He's not a part of our team anyways, just let him die. He's gonna get a stun onto the Leicester, who had the DD, was doing a lot of damage. Dodron will use the Requiem there, pushing back the Lesh, who won't be having the Bloodstone there, so he does lose his life. He saves the Lina in the end, and he does die for it. In the end, you need to treat the guest the right way, and he will be protecting LTW. In turn, he has to give up his own life.
That was really nicely played by Dodren with the Requiem and triple race. But look at his net worth. He is 3k behind the Lina, 2k behind the Lesh. It's not a great position to be in as a Shadow Fiend.
He can still brag to his friends. I killed him. I was the first one that killed him in the at the start of the game. So I'm a better mid laner. I won the lane. That is gonna be nice for sure. LTW is leading the charge here. This Lina is not to be taken lightly. Where you can very easily die. Dino, he gets himself away. Will be fast enough to get out.
This Lifestealer has no chance in a man fight against LTW, who is, by the way, just putting points in stats. He's not maxing his stun, not maxing his Dragon Slave. He's like, I just want to hit.
Oh, Miero does go for the Dark Ascension. During the nighttime, vampires can be very dangerous, hungry for blood. But he's going to be getting that one hook shot into the fight there. But it seems like those are just going to be added offerings. Dino Zavrik, he was inside of that clockwork, so he was brought into death as well. He wanted to die like a man with his team, and the only one that doesn't do it is Dodron. So Hellraisers are going to try to reunite him with his teammates, but in the end, he's way too deep to dive, and they're going to go back.
So there we saw a bit of the synergy that we spoke about in the draft. Using the hook plus infest to get on top of the Lina and then not having damage and dying. Exactly as planned.
That does... I mean, looking at the draft of Rise Esports, you know that it wasn't hard to tell that was gonna happen. Though, to be fair, if this SF has snowballed from the mid lane, you would have damage coming out from him. So, you know, you could say there was some merit to what they were trying to do, but Dodron, instead of focusing on him being strong either way, doesn't matter if the Lesh is strong as well, he wanted to crush the Lesh. In the end, it went badly for him, so he went for a high-risk play, didn't work out.
Yeah. Poor Dodron. But do you think having a BKB and, like, maybe one more item would have been enough to really shut down the Lina here? Because I feel like she's at a point where it's almost impossible to kill her, even if you had like another hero hitting her.
I mean, at least you could stand in front, you know. let out the roar, be the strong one that the enemies can't kill. They're gonna go onto the Kiyotaka Lesh again, but he's not taking any damage, especially with the Wisp being there. Dino comes over, the Night Stalker is silencing the back lines, and Dino, he is gonna have to infest the Piggy and run away. For now, he's surviving. Run away, and it's gonna be the Requiem that sends Hellraisers back. They're gonna be scared for a second, but then again, they remember, yo, we are the stronger ones. We do triple their kills currently. Let's go forward, but at that point, it's way too late.
Wow, no one died. Not even the clock.
Yeah, that's weird. You know, he was so deep. I guess Hellraisers didn't want him, did they?
It's like, oh, he's already dead. Someone's gonna finish him off, and then no one does, and he just runs away.
Blizzy doesn't have boots. He's gonna get the Helm of the Overlord that with the 1400 gold, Miero is just gonna counter. That's, you know, you're gonna have one thing in your inventory that gets countered by 1400 gold on the other side. Blizzy hiding in the trees. He's not very fast. Miero is gonna check every corner, but he's using the vision of the Hawk to keep himself safe. You don't need speed if you're talented, if you're smart, if you use your wits, and that's exactly what Blizzy is gonna do.
Did you see, by the way, Dodran got killed by a neutral. So that's a moral victory.
Yep, for sure. He has had some nice plays. The mid laners have showed some fancy footwork multiple times in this game. Black Archangel is going to be getting onto the high ground there. Not going to be stunned up. He goes to the side. It's not going to be spotted, but the Night Stalker is coming and the Night Vision will be there. But considering Kiyotaka is in front, they might not even need it. There's the Dark Ascension. We are not letting you escape. You should know that you're going to die. Imagine how he feels right now, the anxiety. Actually, he is laughing, but that's an anxious laugh for sure. Look at him. That's not the thing that you wanted to happen. Now he uses the Battery Assault, and he knows that his life is over. Now he's gonna embrace it like a man and just accept his death. And as this is happening, Solo dies as well. So Rise Esports
space.
finally they get a nice trade.
So much space. And they're using it on the lifestealer to... I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
He's farming. He is farming the bottom part of the map. Top part of the map being farmed by DSF. Come on, God, believe in them. There's gonna be a Deso soon. That is gonna be a lot of damage minus armor onto the Lina. You could bring her down. I mean, we need to be a little bit more optimistic here for Rise Esports. Let's go. You are facing a major team. It doesn't matter that you're behind. You just need to keep pushing forward. And you know they were tripled in kills earlier. Now, if you triple their kills, it's 24. That's 2 kills away from Hellraisers to triple them again. So you know it is getting better for you.
Yeah. Okay. Good points. I'm convinced now.
Miero is creating space as Hellraisers are murdering the poor Beastmaster. We're seeing the camera all around everywhere. Like, what are we gonna follow? Who's gonna die next? It's gonna be Black Archangel this time around, not on the enemy side of the map, but on his own. And Hellraisers are gonna be happy that they won't allow this guy to pull them all across the map and create space. They're just gonna kill him fast this time around.
Ah, shit. They're back to tripling the kills.
Yeah. Okay, now it's the same as it was, but it's not worse. So you are at least keeping the status quo. What is worse, you know, we can look at some other stats that we were trying to avoid here, but we have to say it's now 10,000 gold lead. It was 8 just a second ago, and Dodran is dead again. Thinking he can use the Requiem, thinking he can do his little dance. Not gonna be happening. The souls are gonna be released though, not in the way he wanted. The LTW, the 1-8 dodge from Dino Zavrik. Now he's gonna be silenced. Oh, did you kill my Lina? Don't touch my lady. Actually, Dino just stands his ground. It's actually winning that man fight. Black Archangel though on the other side, he's gonna have to run away if he wants to live, but he cannot run away from a Night Stalker during the night. Dino though, still low, he does have the rage, gonna be using it, but now we see all of you. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna escape to? Nowhere. To your deaths. The punishment for the death of their carry will be swift and strong, and they will take down 4 heroes if you count Dodran in the early stages of the fight. No, it might actually be 5. Blizzy, he's not gonna be getting out to this one. He has been silenced. He has been brought down. Rise Esports, they lose 5 heroes in quick succession. Hellraisers, they only lose 1.
On the bright side, they're all quite low level, so they're gonna respawn fast.
Okay, so we have turned Wingblade optimistic after his pessimistic rant earlier, but now we're taking a bit too far, because there's not much that Rise Esports can hope for in this game, really. They've lost the tier 2. They've taken the same amount of towers as in the previous game. LTW, again, on a very aggressive approach here into the enemy jungle. He does have the Hurricane Pike, and he will get himself out of that one. He's completely fine. That was a nice attempt from Rise, though.
I've seen that come for.
Goodbye, Dino. Goodbye. And now they don't have the Lifestealer. They don't have their front line. They don't have the Requiem. Hellraisers are afraid of nothing. GG.
Okay, well, that was fast.
It's not the game that Rise Esports were looking for. It is not the game that we were looking for. We were hoping it is going to be a